Welcome to Geek Den. I'm Joshua the Bat.
I'm DarkKnightRichie.
And this is the Dynamic Duo Show. Bang rang.
Bang rang.
Yeah, see, I can't take like go.
You hear that?
No go for me.
No go for you?
No, that's all you. Alright, so there was literally no news this week. There's a couple of stories. After Labor Day, there's not much. You know, everyone's taking time off and whatnot. So we got a couple of stories to start, and then we got a couple of topics. What I'm going to start with is Amazon. Amazon is looking in to rebooting the Tick. Spoon!
Spoon.
Are you excited for the Tick?
I'm excited about this.
I saw that. I was pretty pumped.
I love the Tick as a kid. I look forward to Saturday mornings just for the Tick. For those of you who don't know what the Tick is, I believe he was an escaped mental patient.
Yep.
Who thought he was a superhero.
That's so good.
Dressed as a big blue tick. Now, what was his superpowers?
I don't know. What is it?
He was, what was it? Nigh unkillable. Because with ticks, you could squish them all you want.
Yeah, okay.
They won't squish. So
he's almost
superhuman strength and nigh invincibility. Man, who they had? They had Arthur the Moth.
Right. I love that's one of my favorite characters, the Moth dude, because he was so like more practical about it. He was like, "This is crazy," but he still went along with it.
He was an accountant.
Is that what he was? He was an accountant by day.
He was an accountant by day. But he always wore the moth suit.
Yeah, always. Even when he's at work, you're right.
He was prepared. And you had Chairface Chippendale. Epic name. If you didn't know Chairface Chippendale, check him out. Epic villain.
I really love how that show was way before its time.
Yes.
Nowadays, that would totally work. People would watch it, people would get it, and people would laugh their ass off. It was way before its time. That's why it only went, what, a season?
I think it went 9 episodes.
9 episodes. So it went a season.
A season.
Yeah, technically, I guess.
Because the original's on Netflix. It was on Netflix.
Oh, man, I hope it still is. I'm totally going to check it out if it is. But yeah, it's a great idea. It's going to kill nowadays. Amazon's got a hit on their hands. Who doesn't want to see Tick? I look on Twitter all the time. Every once in a while, I see literally like 2, 3, 4 times a month, I see Spoon. I'm like, oh yeah, who the fuck is tweeting Spoon? This is awesome.
If you don't know what Spoon is,
pop up.
Spoon was his battle cry.
Yes, yelled it.
Before he charged in, it was Spoon. What do you think they're going to play Batman?
I don't know who they're going to play. I know the guy that was Tick, I think pretty sure signed on to come back. He's going to be Tick again.
That's what I heard. He signed on to come back.
So, and the original creator is coming to help do it as well. So it's going to be true to thing. If you know Tick, then you'll be like, you should be excited.
If I'm not mistaken, the Tick comic was printed right out somewhere here in Mass.
Oh, really?
It was published somewhere here in Mass.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I did not know that. Yeah, we are in Mass, bitches, and we published a Tick comic.
That's right.
Alright, that's pretty cool. I'm really excited about that. Moving on to another thing I'm pretty excited about is Super Troopers. Apparently they're getting their Super Troopers sequel is being made. It is in the works right now. They are working on it. They're writing a script. And if you know Broken Lizard, they're this group that did Super Troopers. They did Beer Fest. They did that one where they owned a restaurant or something.
Club Dread.
They also did Club Dread. Club Dread was the first thing they did. I don't mention Club Dread because I don't like Club Dread. I think that's the worst of their films. And then Super Trooper, incredible. And then Grand Slam
and Salmon.
And so there you go. Yes.
Michael Clark Dunn was the owner.
Yes, he was an ex-boxer that started a restaurant, kind of similar to Rocky. What 4?
Kind of like Rocky 6.
6. Sorry, my bad. 6.
He named Slam and Salmon because he beat up the salmon, and that's what it was named after. Go fucking figure. Did you hear what Netflix did?
What did Netflix do?
They got the rights to Gotham already.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they struck a big deal, like fucking $1.5 million an episode. To be the
for those of you who don't have cable but have Netflix, you won't have to wait till the season's over to get your Gotham fix.
Yeah, you'll be getting a video on demand through Netflix.
Which I'm looking forward to Gotham.
I'm skeptical. I've already heard some people have early things about it, and it's not too positive. But it is only the first episode that they saw, so it's just the beginning. You gotta let it develop. You get a couple episodes. You get like 4 episodes in, and you still don't like it. Move the fuck.
Because what? There's gonna be what? Catwoman in it.
Mm-hmm. Catwoman's there. You get a little.
The Riddler.
Yep, Riddler. Yeah.
Penguin.
Yep. Penguin.
And who else? There's one more villain I can't think of.
I can't either.
Anyways, did you see the Flash preview?
No, I've seen the little teaser thing. I haven't seen much of the Flash.
You didn't? You saw the little teaser thing where it was like
Arrow shoots an arrow and he catches it. That's a little teaser.
Oh, that's all you saw?
A while ago, yeah.
Starts off as the Flash standing there, and he gets struck by lightning, and while he's getting struck by lightning, you see this yellow blur come in, and you kind of looks like a dude who looks like the Flash. It's obviously, hopefully it's going to be the Reverse Flash. So they're doing that, and I think what they're trying to tie into is when Reverse Flash goes back in time to try to kill Barry Allen.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that's where they're going with on the premise of the Flash. I'm stoked about the Flash.
I'm skeptical. Still another thing, skeptical. I'll give it a shot. I did like Arrow.
I did like Arrow.
But I don't see the Flash being as brutal as Arrow was. Like, he killed tons of people in that freaking show.
True. I don't think it'll be as brutal as Arrow.
But it could still be really interesting, because like I said, I love Days of Future Past, and I love that all the Quicksilver stuff, and then Flash is the OG of being fast. Like, he was way before Quicksilver.
He was way before Quicksilver.
And so, like, they should do a good job with him and use some of that special effects of, like, slowing down time because he's so fast and, like, they can do a lot of cool things.
Would ever complain about the Flash being a Minuteman?
I don't think so.
Because he goes so fast, would it make up for the lack of the length of time?
Plus, like, he's so fast, like, he'd come and then he would immediately be ready to go again. He's not like a normal guy. Like, you come and you're like, I need a break, I need a sandwich, let me chill a little bit, and then you're ready to go again. Like, no, he'd be immediately. He'd be like, I'm good.
The Flash runs in and he's like, gone.
But then he's back.
And the girl's like satisfied.
Or maybe it's that incredible. She doesn't even realize it was that fast. She was like, this was mind-blowing. She's frozen in time.
I just wonder. Maybe we should get a female's perspective of that sometime.
Sometime. All the time.
Every time.
Alright, so the next little bit...
Is that like a fucked up Calvin Klein commercial?
It could be.
That's what it felt like right there.
So the next little bit of news I have is, so the new I don't know, the spin-off, I guess you would call it, for The Walking Dead has gotten greenlit to make a pilot. So they're going to make a pilot, they're shooting that this December, and it's focused more on a new group of people in a new part of the world. I would assume, I'm just speculating, maybe it's not a new group of people, maybe it's a couple of people, maybe it's a guy, maybe it's a girl.
Well, it's supposed to be someone different from our original.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's not part of this, it's the same universe, but not anyone you would know from the comics or from the TV show. It's a new group in a new part of the world, and them dealing with the thing and kind of different ideas, but it's going to be run, Kirkman's going to be producing and involved and help creating it, as well as, I can't remember the other producer that's on The Walking Dead. They're coming over as well, and the guy that runs, the showrunner of Sons of Anarchy, this is his next project after the season finale of Sons of Anarchy. So, I'm kind of looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a good mix.
Have you caught up on Sons?
I've watched 2 seasons. I got to the end of the 2nd season.
3rd season is my favorite by far.
I hated the end of the 2nd season. That's all I gotta say. That last episode's so fucking stupid. I don't want to get into that right now.
3rd season of Sons, it gets really good.
No, I like the show. The show's really good. It's just that last episode was like, you fucking kidding me? Steal a boat. There was boats everywhere. Badass bikers can't steal a boat.
When
can't swim. Like,
the season was the 2nd season was the season I stopped watching, and I came back for the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was just horrible.
I liked the 2nd season. Just didn't like the end of it.
Well.
That whole freaking weird clan dude.
I mean, how great was it when Half-Sack got his fucking implant?
Right? And then it got infected. His body rejected the other ball. It was like, no, you just have one.
And that's why we don't get implants.
You gonna get an implant or something?
No, I'm
never get a noodle?
A noodle?
That's what it's called, noodle.
Quote me now, Dark Knight Richie will never get a noodle.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on the new group Walking Dead, them trying to expand their universe, having another show? One show will probably be, in October, and the other show will probably be, counteract that. How do you feel about that? What do you think?
Well, we already know I'm not the biggest zombie fan in the world.
No, I love zombies. I am.
Yeah, you are. You are, I'm not.
Oh, I'm hooked on that shit.
I think there's scarier shit out there than zombies who walk super slow and you hit them in the head, they die.
What else is scarier than zombies that walk?
Werewolves.
I'm not scared of a werewolf.
Frankenstein monster?
Like, if a vampire could be a werewolf, I guess, like, anything can.
Well, a werewolf can kill a vampire.
Yeah, they both suck.
Zombies suck, dick.
Hey, how many good, there's been more good zombie stuff than there has been of werewolves and vampires.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf was great. But, I go back to the old Romero movies.
Okay, yeah.
I'm saying just in general, I think they've done better zombie movies than they have done werewolf movies for. There's some good werewolf. I love American Werewolf in London. Incredible. One of the greatest werewolf movies ever made. But even there's a few handful of them, these are really good.
Well, the way this world is going...
And Twilight fucked the vampire.
Twilight killed the vampire.
So that kind of sucks.
The werewolves were okay. The werewolves were okay in Twilight, but just wait till zombie porn starts happening. It probably already has happened. That's where they're going next with it. But how do I feel about the show? I like The Walking Dead. I do like The Walking Dead, even though I was against the first season. I refused to watch it, and I went back and watched it, and I fucking was hooked. It's gonna be like the same thing. To a point, it's gonna be the same thing. I mean, it's gonna be they're looking for a way to survive in this zombie apocalyptic world. And isn't that what they were doing in the first one? Yeah. Granted, the first ones are more based towards the comic characters, and I know they're going to go away from that.
No, they already have. They've gotten drastically different from the comics, especially this last season.
I'll have to wait and see, in my opinion. I'm not stoked about it. I really not looking forward to it, but I will check it out.
I'm pretty excited. I'm excited. One, because obviously Kirk was always going to be attached. That's his freaking baby. Two, I like that the guy that was showrunner of Sons of Anarchy is doing this, so that's kind of cool. I'm hoping he's going to take his own little take on it. And one of the things they also talked about was that they might try, they're throwing the idea around, and maybe this was a group of, maybe a group of people that were ready. A group of people that were prepared, like, when zombies happen, we're going to be ready for it. And they're not really struggling, they're not surviving, they're kicking ass and taking names. So maybe they'll start something like that. That's a little different, not too much different.
Alright. You know what?
Even like you said, it's going to be people surviving in the zombie world. So it's like, do we want more? I do. Some people don't.
You show me, if you take all the guys who died from Sons of Anarchy,
I don't know.
In all 5 seasons.
I've only watched 2 seasons, so I don't know how many people have died, so please don't tell people that have died.
You just take all the dead sons
and put them in the
zombies. And then going against the sons that are living at the end of the final season, which is coming up the 9th. Check out Sons of Anarchy FX.
What if they did a zombies perspective? Because I know they've done that in movies and stuff. What if this is like more?
You're talking like that fucking Warm Bodies bullshit?
No, not that stupid book about someone falling in love with a zombie. That's retarded.
No, that was a zombie who came back from being a zombie and turned himself back.
Yeah, no, I don't want him to come back.
That was
I kind of want it. I want it more like Bub or more like that other Romero movie. Can't remember off the top of my head.
What about kind of like Marvel zombies?
Or even Marvel, like Marvel
where
zombies.
Like you got
they were totally
the Marvel universe.
There were zombies and they were self-aware.
Exactly. That
would be pretty cool.
Self-aware zombies.
See, but that would just they couldn't do it because it's set in the Walking Dead universe, and you don't see any other zombies that's like that.
How do you know?
Well, because I've read a bunch of the comic and I've watched a lot of the show.
In the comic, do they stay in just the U.S.?
Yeah, as of right now.
So how do you know this shit's not happening in Russia?
No, that's true. No, that's another thing.
Maybe it'll happen in Russia.
Maybe it'll be South America.
And they're self-aware. No, Russia's not self-aware. We ain't gonna talk about
They also
Russia.
threw around Philly and New York, and I was like, I guess I don't know. I would hope something different, somewhere way farther, like way different. Like get out there.
I'm gonna quote the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir, I don't like it.
All right. Last bit of little news is the thing that you can still be right about, but I was gonna say he should be a villain. It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson and said that he's gonna be Black Adam.
I'm fucking stoked.
I am too, because like I said, I wanted to see him be a bad guy. But when he dropped it on his Twitter, he did put #antihero, which is kind of cool. Especially, like, I know, like, the old Black Adam was more of a straight villain. What the hell is that?
That's the ringtone that came on my phone.
But I like that he #antihero. I thought that was pretty cool, because the old Black Adam, the original, when Black Adam first came, he was just more of a straight villain. But in the newer, years later, 10 years later, from now, 10 years past, 2000 something or whatever, they're doing that Black Adam again, and making him more of an anti-hero, making him trying to justify himself.
Have we gone over the Black Adam history before?
You mentioned it, but you didn't talk about it. You started to talk on it when we talked about he said he's going to be one or the other. So go ahead, elaborate.
He was like a peasant in ancient Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, which is cool.
And he was bestowed upon the power of the gods to pretty much set order right. You know, redeem himself, redeem the family he lost, whatever. Well, after he did that, he ended up colonizing the whole fucking place where he was at. Became a dictator. Right. He was banished for 5,000 years because of his abuse of power. And then when Shazam came around, something happens where he brings him back. So, initially, when Black Adam started off, he was a hero.
Okay. Well, yeah, then he got, the power went to his head.
Yes, power went to his head.
Which that happened.
Unlike fucking Shazam, who, there's one point, I think it's in, is it in Darkest Night? Don't quote me on it. It's in Darkest Night, it's 52. They go to find him. No, it's not Darkest Night. I can't remember which it is. I'll look it up, get back to you. he loses his mind because of all the power, and he traps himself inside this little temple because he's afraid of the power he has to handle.
Makes sense.
But Black Adam was originally a hero.
With great power comes great
responsibilities. Thank you, Uncle Ben. Not just for your rice, for your words of wisdom.
But yeah, I like that they're... Because it's The Rock. It's going to be hard to hate The Rock. He's going to have to do something really terrible to be like, I hate that guy. Because The Rock is so charming, so likable. Like, which I like they're going to do it. They're going to
Now, I know you're not a wrestling fan.
No.
But did you watch wrestling back in the day when it was
of course.
DX versus the
Nation?
Nation?
We talked about, when I was
Didn't you hate The Rock when he was with the Nation?
Oh, hell yeah. The Nation of Dominance Sports. That was totally X Factor. Are you kidding me? Generation X, bitches. Like,
exactly.
Yes. No.
So it's not going to be that hard to hate The Rock.
No, the times have changed. He's come a long ways from that. From being Rocky Maivia, whatever the fuck he was. Like, he's come a long way from that. And he's definitely way more charming, way more likable. But I like that, though. I like that, because if they use him as more of an anti-hero, you're going to see more of him. Because I find it strange, like, they're going, oh, we got The Rock, he's going to be at Black Adam. Like, well, so that means he's going to be his villain for, like, the first movie? And then they're going to move away? Or, like, what does that mean?
Well, there's...
If they expand on now...
Well, there's a whole Shazam family.
Okay.
There's Shazam, Captain Marvel. There's, Miss Captain Marvel, or Marvel Girl. And then there's a little boy.
Who's anti?
Yeah, but he's a boy, like, which makes no sense to me because, like, Billy something is Shazam's real name, and when he says Shazam, he turns into Captain Marvel.
Yep.
So it's a boy turning into a man. Why is
the baby saying a baby or whatever the kid's
saying?
Yeah,
why is the kid saying a kid? Like, I haven't read too much on it. So is it like an old man that turns into a kid? I don't know.
It's reverse.
I just know there's a Captain Marvel family, or not? Yeah, it's Captain Marvel, right?
It was Captain Marvel.
Now it's Shazam.
It's Shazam now. They
had Captain Marvel is Marvel.
Yeah, there was a big lawsuit, and then they finally just said, you know what, fuck it, and they just said, no, he's just a Shazam now. But yes, when I still hear of a Shazam, I'm like Captain Marvel. Even though I didn't read the comics or everything, that's just what I know of Shazam. Well, Captain Marvel.
When I hear Shazam, something in the back of my clicks about that shitty Shaq movie Shazam, where he was a genie. Speaking of genies,
what about genies?
Did you see the Robin Williams tribute in World of Warcraft?
No, I don't play WoW, but
I know you don't play WoW. I
didn't even look it up. I heard it's up though. People
Somewhere
that play WoW totally see it.
Right now, it's in the beta for the next expansion. There's a lamp that's lit, and it's supposed to be being undying fire that lights this lamp. You rub the lamp, and he comes out and he spits his famous line from Aladdin. Phenomenal cosmic powers, and then he waves goodbye and goes, itty bitty live in space, it disappears.
That's pretty cool.
So that is WoW's tribute to Robin Williams.
That's still in Burning Flame for...
Yep, he's a pretty gnarly looking character. So right now it's in the beta for the new expansion coming out.
That's cool. Alright, so since we're on DC right now, so if you were in charge of DC right now, do you feel that DC is panicking? Do you feel that they have... should they be panicking, or should they just take their time and do what they have to do? And what would you do?
If I was DC, I would kind of do what Marvel did and drop the origin stories.
Yeah, see, and it seems like they're kind of doing that because they're just doing like, here's this Batman v Superman movie where like Batman's old and he's coming, Wonder Woman's there, and then they're doing a Justice League.
The only people they're reintroducing to that movie are they're reintroducing Batman and Superman, who we've seen.
Well, they're reintroducing Batman, yes.
Well, the new Batman to the Superman.
They have the Superman. He's there.
So the new characters are Wonder Woman, Aquaman,
and a small cameo of Cyborg. But I don't think he won't be. I don't think he's going to be Cyborg in the movie. He's going to be. I can't remember the actual guy.
The kid before he was Cyborg. Yeah, they're only doing that because they're supposed to be tying into a fucking Teen Titan movie.
No, he's going to be in Justice League. Cyborg's going to be in Justice League.
He's going to be in Justice League.
Yeah, they're not going to do a Teen Titans movie, not yet.
I remember as a kid, they had this show on TV called. What the fuck was it called? I think it was like Superman and Friends or whatever. And it was the Justice League.
Okay, yeah.
The only thing that boggled my fucking mind was in the cartoon Batman could fly.
Did he really?
He really did.
That doesn't make any sense.
It didn't make any sense. But you didn't question where they came from.
No, yeah, they're badass.
They're superheroes. They're here to save the day. Just throw it out there, man. Your fan base knows your heroes pretty much verbatim with their origin stories.
Especially, a lot of these characters have been around for a long time. There's some little ones that you just need to at least do a mention, do a tidbit, do like Guardians did, where it's just like they have their moment where they kind of tell where they come from, and you're like, okay, cool. That's what they need to do. That's what I hope they do with Justice League. I hope they learn. I hope they watch Guardians and be like, okay, this is what we need for Justice League. Darker, not as funny.
If you think about it, Guardians kind of hit on everyone's... I know we definitely hit Star-Lord's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they kind of tacked on everyone's origin story. Rocky was on a planet which he experimented on.
Oh, yeah. Drunk, rambling about it.
Living fucking tree. Right. That's all you need to fucking know. What else do you need to know?
And then when he interacts with the Collector, you know that like he's rare. He's from somewhere that not a lot of people go, because this guy was like, oh my, this guy that collects stuff is like, I've never seen a group before.
Exactly.
So right there, that alone just adds to like Groot's from somewhere very special that may not even be around anymore.
And even Drax, his family was killed. And Gamora, she's a warrior assassin. Thanos' fucking daughter. What more do you need for an origin? Boom, it's right there.
It is.
I'm so tired of them doing these reboots of like, hey, let's go see this movie, and I'm watching Spider-Man retold for the 5th fucking time in a row.
Drag it out.
And it's
like that's such like you could do that whole Spider-Man thing in like 15 minutes and then move on.
Yeah, make that a DVD bonus special of the fucking origin story.
Oh, like, that would hype up DVD sales.
No more origin stories, but if I was DC, I find my strongest heavy hitters right now, my best storylines of what sold the most in the comics, and put them in action of movies. I wouldn't let Marvel. I'm a Marvel fan. I am a Marvel fan over DC, except for Batman. Batman's my number one. Batman's my number one. But bring your heaviest hitters. Bring your dark storylines.
There is some...
And just go from there. And then, you bring characters on as cameos in movies, and if they do well, sell them, then think about doing a movie. But you can't let Marvel bully you around, because they will.
They are.
Well, they are.
They are.
They're
doing far better. I would stick with what they're doing with now, but I would be ready. Maybe they do. I hope they do. I would have literally like 6 different writers writing 6 different movies, getting me some scripts in, being like, okay, let's do this one, let's do this one, let's do that one, just to set it up, and then move from there to tie it in. Like, I don't think it has to tie in right now. I really don't need that. I see that. I get that with Marvel, and I'm already kind of sick of it. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm just like, oh man, everything connects. Well, that's kind of cool, but it's kind of like, that's why Guardians was nice. It didn't really. The only really connecting piece was like Thanos. That was the only connecting piece.
Yeah,
there was one
Power Stones.
Yeah, exactly. One of the Power Stones was it. That's the really only connecting piece. Otherwise, it's all about just them and not focusing about stuff to set.
Well, that's what Shazam will not tie into.
That's another thing. Yeah, Warner Brothers is not producing their company they own is going to be producing. I can't remember what it is.
It's not going to have no tie-in, so Shazam will not be in the Justice League
as of right now. Because I highly doubt they're going to just do like, oh, let's do a Shazam movie, and then just let him do his own thing. No, I think eventually they say that now, so people are like, oh, that kind of sucks. And they're like, oh, Shazam's coming to Justice League, and something that people go crazy, and they're like, that's a great idea. It's a marketing idea to say like,
I would still love to see a Howard the Duck reboot. I know it's not DC, but
I would totally be down to see a Howard the Duck.
Because I put money that a Howard the Duck reboot would shit all over the Green Lantern.
I want Andy Serkis to be Howard the Duck doing motion capturing for Howard the Duck. Yeah, it would be incredible, and I want James Gunn to do it. After James Gunn does Guardians 2 that he's writing right now, he should totally be like, let me write a little Howard the Duck treatment and see how that feels. I'm sure he's gonna throw Howard in there.
What was the whole reason for bringing Howard out?
For fun, I guess. Because that's James Gunn. If you ever seen James Gunn's movies, you know this guy has a sense of humor. That's just him. He was like, the whole time he was writing, he was like, oh, Howard the Duck's totally gonna be in this. Like, he was like, Duck titties, it's gonna be awesome.
Duck titties. I was awesome to see Howard the Duck. I was stoked.
That was great. Yeah, he didn't look like the Howard Duck we know, but it was still cool.
He looked like the Howard the Duck from
the second version.
Kind of Marvel zombie Howard the Duck idea.
Yeah,
it was all fucked up and scruffy. And I dug it.
I did really like it too.
I liked it a lot.
So yeah, I would totally do what DC's doing. I like that they're going to do Justice League next, instead of, like, it's not going to be someone's origin. It's going to be there being there. And then they move from there. Don't do origins. Like, you met those characters, let them be. You have to do a little tidbit, like, oh man, this guy pooped somewhere. That sucks. Just move on. Just let them.
I touched on it last week's episode, or the episode before. If people want to know the origin stories, pick up a fucking comic.
Yeah, just read it.
Read it.
Even if you don't, even if you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to read it. Like, Wikipedia it. Like, they're the internet. You can read. You don't even have to read the comic. You can read just like the whole synopsis of it and be like, oh, I kind of get this. But no, yeah, I agree with him. Read the comic; it's way better that way, and you'll feel proud because when you start reading comics and you're like, I kind of have a knowledge of it, and then you hear people discussing it, and you put something in, they're like, oh shit, like that. It feels good. Believe me, I've been reading comics for a little. I haven't been reading comics that long. I've been reading comics past like 4 or 5 years. Honestly,
yeah, there's been a lot of talks we've been having. You're kind of like, well, I thought this, and it's kind of like, nah, dude, come on, it's not like that. And now you've actually been reading,
and now I know,
and now we have more in-depth conversations.
And knowing is power.
And knowing it's half the battle. Go, Joe.
So we're gonna start doing our comic book club, where we're gonna read you know, an issue spread, you know, several different issues over the weeks, and right now we're starting with boom, Death of Wolverine. This came out this week, and it's I totally picked this up, got us copies, and it's I get out there and read it. So let's talk about it. Where do you want to start? We start with
Where do you want to start?
You open it and you see Logan hurt. And then it says the end.
Wait, are we gonna read them?
No. We totally
this week on Dynamic Duo, we are reading The Death of Wolverine.
No, but let's just totally talk about it.
Page 1.
As you turn the pages, we could just discuss it.
The end. Go buy it, read it yourself, find out what happens. We'll give you a rundown, but we ain't gonna read it to you.
Yeah, like, no, it's really good. I like how it starts. Like, it starts just literally Wolverine being Wolverine.
Fucked up, sitting on a porch.
He's talking. Well, yeah, that first beginning and then the end. And then it kind of expands on that. And then he meets up with Mr. Fantastic himself. And he's trying to get an
Reed
examination.
Richards.
And he's just like, and Richards just telling him, your powers are gone, dude. Like, you can't heal anymore.
Like, hope you don't get a concussion, because that's going to involve moving a chunk of your skull. And which I love that. We can't do that.
We can't do that, because it's going to be an adamantium. Luckily, he still has his strength and his senses, his other senses.
And his speed.
Otherwise, he would be just a pile on the ground, because how would he be able to hold the adamantium up?
He wouldn't be able to move.
No, exactly. He wouldn't be able to move at all. But luckily, he still has.
Premise is he lost his healing factor.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get that quote, my favorite quote of the comic. Well, one of my favorite quotes in this comic. You didn't tell me you're in Nagasaki.
It's totally Nagasaki. Yeah, because he starts explaining on like you're gonna have radiation poisoning.
Well, that's what's happening. That's the premise. Like, because his healing factor's gone, all this radiation that was built up in his skeletal system
years from Nagasaki and just
is now starting to come back out. So every time he pops his claws, and once they come back in, he's re-injecting himself with radioactive poisoning.
As well as any germs or any bacteria or anything, because he doesn't have that healing factor to defend him, so he could just literally...
He could possibly get AIDS right now.
He could totally get AIDS. Wolverine with AIDS, that's a great spin-off. Wolverine got AIDS. Oh, that's sad.
We went there.
You get the... What the fuck's that thing called? The ribbon, but it's like adamantium colored. It's adamantium colored ribbon.
Metal ribbon.
It's a metal ribbon. That would be pretty cool. I think it's created something. But yeah, but going further, then he realized like, all right, I'm gonna try to stop it. Mr. Fantastic said like I could make something that possibly could make you get your healing back and move forward, stop fighting. Well, so he doesn't want to fight anymore.
He guarantees he can.
Oh yeah, but it's gonna take time.
So he tells Wolverine to go, what?
Just
hold up somewhere.
Hiatus, yeah, hide out somewhere exactly.
And we know Wolverine, as we all know Wolverine, and that's not a possibility.
Right. But he kind of does, though.
Really?
But, yeah, well, I wouldn't say he didn't go on hiatus. Hiatus is when you're like, you hide somewhere and you don't want anyone to find you.
How does you go into hiding?
But yeah, he does go into hiding, but he lets everyone knows where he is.
Right there, like, should we show that? Like,
yeah, oh totally, because he knows.
Right here, in case you can't, I know you can't see because we're kind of far from the camera, but right here. Newt goes looking for him, and he's like, he tells the bartender, give it to people come looking for me. And it says, what's it say? Come on then, you cowards. And it's his exact location of where he's holed up and supposed to be hiding.
So he didn't go on hiatus, but he did go away. And he did that for a good reason, because like that bartender probably could have got the shit
kicked out. Oh, the bartender would have got killed.
Exactly. So he's just like, let him know where I'm at, don't worry about it, I'm bad fucking ass. And this is what I do.
And without ruining too much more for the comic, I'll leave you with or you wanna say the quote?
Oh, which one?
That one right there.
There's a situation where something explodes and there's a person there, and that's why you only send one guy into it, right?
Just remember, you only sent one guy to go check out the boat.
Yeah, don't ever send a group of dudes.
Read it.
It's a good read. It's really worth it.
I cannot wait to see what happens.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, we got 3 more, and then they're expanding on that, doing spin-offs and little ones. And in fact, like there's a couple of.
I'm looking forward to the Nightcrawlers.
There's a couple of Nightcrawlers. There's 2 different issues where Nightcrawler's going to be dealing with it, or somehow involved, or maybe who knows what it is. But they're planning on doing several different ones. There's one with a Cap and Deadpool. There's another one with.
Captain Deadpool.
Right?
And
I think that's
love
the next one after the series. I think that's the next one is the Captain Deadpool.
I love Deadpool and Cable team-ups. I don't know if you ever read any.
Oh, no, but I know that's good. Because I like Cable. I love Cable from the cartoon.
Cable's so straight face and serious.
Right? And then you got Deadpool
so off the fucking wall.
They're like the best good cop, bad cop buddy cop. That should be a movie alone, just like them, like as a buddy cop thing.
Shot in 70s theme.
Right. Oh, totally noir style, or even like that Grindhouse type of style with like, oh, that would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
Where was I going with that? Oh no, I was
the Cap and the Deadpool one.
Yeah, well, that made me think of the Cable one. I'm looking forward to see what the Nightcrawler talks.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even read. We started doing Nightcrawler.
They're on. It's going to be 7 is the one with this, so we could totally catch up on that.
We can totally catch up on that. Let's talk about. Well, first of all, let's talk about something that kind of got me upset in the comments.
Well, those comments sucked.
We got accused of not donating to a bullshit charity.
It's not a charity. It's a kid.
It's literally the Jacob Fund is not a charity.
It's a kid.
It's our friend's 4-year-old stepson. And I love the kid to death. I love the kid so much I called him an asshole. And then
I don't like the kid so much.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious. If you don't know him,
no, I haven't.
You walking around the mall and he'd be like, "Yo, check out that booty." Like, it's hilarious. He's only 4.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We'll have to get him.
But
we'll get him on the show.
This girl, what was the girl's name?
I don't know.
Oh, Rebecca Borowski.
I'm gonna say Emily, but that's the other girl.
That sounds like a girl who's got a box of dildos hiding somewhere in her room.
Oh man.
And anywho, her comment, she accused us of not donating to this fucking bullshit charity, but
I don't like that charity.
After filming last week, we donated our turtle glasses.
Like we gave I gave some kids some awesome turtle glasses. I didn't donate shit. I said here.
And then she wants to try to call us out.
Oh yeah, totally.
And like yeah,
like we didn't help this kid out. Like, get off your high horse there, Rebecca.
So,
wait, what's her name?
Rebecca.
Rebecca.
So in honor of that, instead of saying "that's so lame" from now on the Geek Den, we're gonna say "that's so Becky."
That is so Becky. That comment was so Becky.
That comment was so Becky. And it's so Becky that I don't believe anyone won this prize pack.
No, this prize pack is mine. Actually, I've been wearing the glasses all week.
You can have the glasses.
I've totally been wearing these glasses all week.
Well, then, since nobody won it, I'm gonna start using the koozie.
Yeah, fuck this. Like, you guys failed. Someone should totally leave a really mean comment. 'Cause that's what I want. I want, like, the meanest comment ever. But that doesn't happen. People say, like, oh, you suck. Like, that's stupid. I know I suck. You're gonna tell me that.
Yeah, like, we don't do this because we're awesome. So, thank you, Becky, for coining the new phrase, That's so Becky.
Alright. Alright. You have anything else to talk about?
I don't think we do.
One little thing. I got one little thing. Since the world doesn't know, what? I was gonna say, what's your favorite superhero movie or comic book movie? I should say. I shouldn't say. Comic book movie. And what's your least favorite comic book movie?
Like of all time?
Yeah, just in general. Right now, on top of your head. Well, if you could try not to think about it too much. What comes to mind when you think of like my favorite comic book movie and my least favorite comic book movie?
Whew.
I'll go first. I'll go first with my favorite, and then you'll do your favorite, and then I'll do my least, and we'll go back and forth. So I'm gonna say my favorite comic book movie of all time. Oh, man, it's such a tough question. Right? It's a really tough question. I'm gonna say just for because nostalgia factor, it makes me feel really good. I'm gonna say the second Batman. Batman Returns. I'm gonna say Batman Returns. For some reason, every time I think about Batman Returns, it makes me feel really good. I love the Penguin. I love Catwoman. I just love how that movie was. I love the ending of it. Like, it's all around a great movie. Come on, penguins with rockets on their back. Like, that's incredible. Every time I think about the movie, I think it's so good. I love Tim Burton when he used to be. I would hopefully he does another good movie. It's been a while. But that's one of the things, at the top of my head right now, that's my favorite comic book movie at this moment. Guardians is a close second.
Even though I said Guardians wasn't my favorite, I know I think episode 4 I talk about how Spider-Man 2 better than Guardians. I have to go Guardians.
It's incredible.
Like, I can watch it over and over again and not get not get bored.
No, yeah, I know. I can't wait to see it several hundred more times.
Speaking of Guardians, before we go, we'll go to the worst. We'll go to the worst before I talk about my thing.
We can go into Guardians. The worst? Man, that's a tough one too. I would say,
hands down. I don't know. I want to see where you're going.
No, I don't know. What's hands down? Then you say if you have one.
I'm a toss-up between two right now.
What's the difference?
Because one I kind of like, but it was kind of one of the worst movies. And that was Cap from Captain America from I think
The
like
old
91,
one?
from like 91 or 95. Because it was a good premise, but what? All right, you haven't watched it, right?
No, but I've seen clips of it.
All right, so no,
Cap's
here's, right?
coming out.
Here's
Conan's
Cap. He's
clips.
about to beat the fucking Red Skull, and the Red Skull launches a nuke to come over to America. So what does Cap do? He hops on that nuke.
He does.
He kicks the fin out and he lands in an iceberg.
He does totally do that. That's pretty funny.
And there's a kid that sees him going over his house. Now, years later when Cap's unfrozen, who's that kid? The President of the United States. And Cap and him fight together to take out the Red Skull. That's what I can't stand. The costume was good. It was good. But that and Jonah Hex.
See, Jonah Hex was one of them that came to mind. But
So I'm
Jonah
torn.
Hex is really bad. You could, like...
Now, you know, I'm going to say hands down, I know you haven't seen it.
What?
The 1994 Fantastic Four.
Well, that wasn't even released. That was...
Got to be released?
Oh, no, I'm just saying that wasn't released. The only reason that was Fox...
Can we count the Star Wars Christmas episode?
Fox... Fox only made that movie just so they could keep the rights. Because that's the clause in the contract. Is they have to make a movie or start production of a movie in so many years that keeps them the right to hold on to that character. So that's why they made that movie. They only made that movie just so they could hold on to the rights to the character.
It was so...
Bro, it was terrible. They threw it together.
The thing was like claymation.
Yeah. I like the extending hands. Like they look so bad. Like Mr. Fantastic and him stretching.
It's like Freddy's hand.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Like,
But even worse, like at least Freddy's look creepy. Like this looked like so bad and like shot on a terrible set. Oh yeah, that shit's pretty bad. Yeah, I was gonna say Jonah Hex is one of the things I think was like, man, Jonah Hex was just not good.
It was bad. Even fucking Megan Fox being a whore wasn't good in it.
Another thing I think comes to mind is The Spirit. Have you seen The Spirit?
Oh,
that came out right after Sin City.
I rechanged my worst comic.
That's coming out. That came out right after Sin City because Frank Miller directed The Spirit. I love Frank Miller. He's a great writer. He's writing something.
Wait, you're talking you're talking The Spirit. I'm thinking The Shadow with.
Oh, The Shadow. Oh, that's that's another good. Yeah, that's totally good to bring up. But I'm going with the Frank Miller. Frank Miller, he helped Robert Rodriguez in doing the whole Sin City. Sin City 1's incredible. And then Frank Miller was like, oh, I could direct. You cannot direct, dude. Like, he's an incredible writer. He's written some of the best comic book storylines ever. And he directed a terrible fucking movie.
Even worse.
Oh,
The Phantom.
Hey, I like the Phantom.
You like the Phantom movie?
I like the Phantom movie. When I saw it, I was a little kid, though. That's why.
I liked the cartoon show.
The cartoon shows are good. I like the movie. I'm gonna stick by the Phantom movie. Fuck you. I need to watch it now. Oh man, if I watch it now, I'm sure I'm gonna hate it. Damn it. We gotta watch it.
You'll hate it.
No, we gotta watch it. I want to see how it is. I don't know. I haven't seen it in years. I used to love that fucking movie. It was so
The Shadow is better.
The Shadow is not better.
It's better than the Phantom. I love that. The Shadow is not better. It's better. Quickly before we get off,
Guardians. We can totally talk about Guardians.
Al Pacino would love to be in the next Guardians.
Yeah, so if anyone's seen that little story of like what Al Pacino was like, oh, I don't want to see this, and then like his kids were bothering him, saying, no, you gotta totally check this out, and they're like, no, I don't want it, and they dragged him to it.
And he's like, it was almost Shakespearean, or actually said it was Shakespearean.
No, that's definitely how you describe it.
And then he said, I believe at one point in time, he said he would never do another comic book movie. Well, he said he'd never do a comic book movie
beforehand.
But then he recorded himself by saying, wait a minute, I was in Dick Tracy.
He wasn't. He was awesome. I even forgot about that. We were talking about it. I was like, you're no fucking right. That's right.
And I'm trying to remember his
main bad boss.
I'm trying to remember the main bad boss.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
I still have the magnet on my fridge. That's how I fucking know.
What was the last time you watched Dick Tracy?
Oh, God, fucking 90 something.
Oh, see, no, I've seen it recently. It doesn't hold up so much.
Oh, I'm sure
it still holds a piece in my heart. And I'm like, I kind of like parts of it, but it doesn't hold up that much.
It was fucking Warren Beatty.
I like that the kid from Hook, which is great. Yes. Good for him, doing some good work.
I was Warren Beatty as Dick Tracy, like, and Madonna was in it.
Madonna was actually really good in it. And she was like the bad no-face dude. She had that weird voice, and then she tried to kill him off. And then
it's gonna bother me. What Pacino's fucking what the fuck his villain name was?
I don't know what it is. If you know it, leave it in the comments. I'll probably add it later. Yeah, no, I like Dick Tracy. That's something that...
there was Flat Top, there was Mumbles.
Yeah, I love Flat Top. Because he looks so good.
Yeah,
like, the prosthetics they did on Flat Top was really good.
You know, after I first saw Dick Tracy, I go to the corner store by my house. I'm a kid. And the guy behind the counter looked just like fucking Flat Top. And I'm like, holy shit.
So is Dick Tracy real?
But where I was going with that Who would you like to see Pacino play
In a comic book
in the
movie?
Guardians? In the
Oh,
Guardians.
in Guardians?
I mean, we'll go with comics after, but I'm thinking Guardians right now. And who do you think could play? I could totally see him playing.
So stretch that out, 'cause I gotta think
Like
about this.
a fucked up Adam Warlock.
Alright, I could see that, but I don't. But like, it's Pacino. Like,
It's Pacino. He can go in. You can put that man in.
No, I know he can do anything. No, I'm totally saying, hoorah! Like, I know he can totally do anything. But just, are they gonna give? Like, I feel like if they're gonna do Warlock, they're gonna get someone much younger to try to expand on
And
that.
someone blonde.
Not necessarily. Oh well, no, that's
Well, there's hair dye and shit like that. So.
Exactly. There's wigs and crap. But I don't know. I was gonna say something really weird. I'd say like Major Victory. Because Major Victory comes in that one storyline, and they could put Pacino in this like blue suit thing.
That would be
like Cap Shield. That would be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
But I don't think they're gonna go that direction with Guardians just yet. Because that's
Not
kind of
just
weird,
yet, no.
especially
They're
when
gonna
Major
win
Victory
now.
comes on like this piece of asteroid that's from the
I forgot
future,
about
from the
Major
past,
Victory, yeah.
and then
It's from
the
the
Guardians
future
go
and from the past.
and they go and find it, and he's like, oh shit, what's this? And he has Cap Shield, and they're like, oh fuck, what's going on? Once again, someone finds, like, they wipe the thing, and there's Cap Shield frozen, and they're like, oh shit, what's happening? But it was Major Victory that had it this time. But that's just something weird. I thought, hey, who knows? In general,
Yeah, let's go in general.
I would like him to see him do something DC, in my opinion, just because he just has such great acting chops. I feel like, in my opinion, DC, when they do, like, besides, like, maybe Green Lantern, but, like, you got Superman, like, yeah, that movie's terrible, but the acting in it was pretty good. I didn't like the whole movie itself, because there was too much, like, nonsense, but the acting was pretty good. I love Amy Adams. This guy is Henry Cavill. Like, he's probably the best Superman, I give him that.
He's actually the first Superman that's actually ripped.
He was ripped. And he's even bigger in this one.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, because he has to be. You've seen fucking Batfleck. He's
Batman's
huge.
going to fuck him up. Batfleck is coming to fuck him up in that armor home. And even Batfleck is the first Batman that's actually fucking Jack, too.
And he looks like the comic. That's the one thing I liked about it. When you see him that big, you're like, he's like a when they draw Batman in the comics, he's not like this little Christian Bale guy. No, he's fucking huge. And that's what Ben Affleck
Well, that
is.
goes back to your original fucking theory of and for the movies, there should be a Bruce Wayne.
And there should be a Batman.
And there should be a Batman.
But I think.
You think Batfleck's gonna hold it down?
I think he kind of nailed it. I like when some people hate Ben Affleck, some people like Ben Affleck. I love Ben Affleck. I like what he's done. I like what he's done with his career. He's gotten better and better and better. Especially these last like 5-10 years.
He was the bombs and Phantoms.
He was the bomb Phantoms. Especially this last 5 or 10 years with him directing and also doing that. Like, he's directed some quality films. Come on, Argo won Best Picture. Like, he's directed great stuff. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Going with that is like Ben Affleck directing a Batman movie.
It's almost too upsetting that fucking Matt Damon is around the same age. Because I would love to see a Batfleck
with Robin.
And a Matt Damon Robin, and Robin does something fucked up, and he's like, "How do you like them apples?"
Oh,
like,
man.
tell me that wouldn't be awesome.
That would be incredible. Bring that up.
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing.
But as far as like Pacino, I'd like to see him be someone like, I'd like to see him be a fucked up villain.
Ooh, he could do bad. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Maybe, who knows? Maybe the Vulture.
The Vulture? I don't know about that.
Nah, not the Vulture. No, I want to see him to be like. I can see Pacino being a villain, not so much not so much a good guy. Definitely a villain.
No, that would be totally good. I'm totally down with that. That would be great.
Go Rain Man. Definitely a villain on that.
Yeah.
And is that it for this week?
I think that's it. I don't know if we got anything else. I don't got anything else. No, I don't got shit.
Nope.
I think that's it for the week. Totally subscribe.
Like.
Yeah, give those thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up thing.
It looks like this.
Yeah, it look. Yeah, I think it looks like that way.
Or it could look like this. Either way.
Even do the thumbs down. I don't really care.
If you're gonna,
no, yeah, do the thumbs up.
But if it's
leave
thumbs
mean comments. That's what I want. I want really mean comments. I want stuff that's gonna make me like feel bad about myself, or maybe want me to kill someone. Do really mean comments.
Don't leave Becky comments, like, cause.
Oh, that's so Becky comments. Like no one wants so Becky comments. Those
that's because Becky sucks ass.
Boom! You heard it here first. Becky sucks ass.
Becky, don't worry. You want a little tube of burn cream?
Yeah, you didn't get anything.
Because no, you don't get shit.
This is fictional burn cream.
So therefore, Becky, I don't know. You're just Becky.
Right. So if someone actually does leave a really mean comment, you'll get something special. You don't know what it is.
We'll do a mystery box. We'll finally do a real mystery box.
It might be something special. It might not be something special.
Could be a box full of shit.
It could actually be this comic from Death of Wolverine.
You're not going to get rid of my comic.
Yeah, that's right. This is your comic. But yeah, I think that's enough for this week. So thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter at JoshuaTheBat. You'll be on there soon.
I'll be on there soon.
Hopefully soon. We'll get to you what it is. It's going to be some sort of version of Dark Knight Richie. He will totally be on there. Totally follow us. Just leave comments. Join.
Like, subscribe, share with your friends.
One more other thing. Like, if you actually watch this and you know someone that doesn't, get them to watch it. Be like, hey, check this out. Just try to spread the word. Help us out. Help me help you. Give me $1. Thank you. Have a week.
Have a week.